It's now time for Remember When with Uncle John. John Guess, Ouachita County's resident storyteller and local historian. Sit back now and enjoy a walk down memory lane as John recalls the days of yesteryear in his own unique way. You never know, some of it might even be true. So here's Uncle John, along with his trusty sidekick, Kelly Blair.
Back on Remember When with Uncle John. Well, we did it. We survived yet another Monday, rolling along here on a Tuesday and talking about motoring Monday and surviving and rolling along. It's Motor Week here on the Remember When with Uncle John show. We talked a little NASCAR yesterday. Today, John, you said you wanted to hit the drag strip.
Born this date in 1949. My gosh, he's older than my brother. John Force. The last American hero when it comes to the National Drag Racing Association.
And he was a force in his sport.
That's right. When it comes to NHRA and drag racing, John Force is he's the last man standing.
Man, I hate to admit this, but for a lot of folks, kind of like myself, it begins and ends with John Force. You say, name a couple of more dragsters, and I'd be like, well, John had a couple of daughters. I know there was an Ashley. I think there was a Brittany, you know, but the Force family is pretty much what I know about it.
Of course, I grew up in the time when it was all still being, the innovations were coming as fast as they could. And now, it's pretty much gone, over the top. I grew up in the day with Big Daddy Don Garlitz and Don Prudhomme and all those people, Ed McCullough and Eddie Hill and all those folks. And John Force literally came up, started in the 70s after it had done, drag racing had been established. A lot of things had already changed. But he has hung in there all these years, and I think he's still racing. I believe he is.
I wouldn't doubt it.
But, he's a self-made guy, and he had some pretty impressive crashes and come back from every one of them. He's just one of those over-the-top guys that enthusiastic about what he does. He's good at what he does. He hovered over the brink of bankruptcy time and time again, and and when everybody counted him out, he came back and got his spot back. But one of those people that came up through the ranks, with they had to earn sponsors. He had to work hard to get sponsors and get money and like I said yesterday, about NASCAR, this day and time they all look alike, they all sound alike, they all dress alike. They all speak alike.
Can't be an individual.
You can't be individuals anymore.
Don't rock the boat.
NASCAR won't even let the drivers work on their own cars anymore. NHRA, is really restricted what their drivers can do. It's not like it used to be. It's still a great sport. I still love it. But the people like John Force that made it what it is have rapidly disappeared.
Oh, yeah. It's hard.
Other than him now, I know his daughters race, but I can't name any of them now.
Well, it's hard to be an individual in a cookie-cutter world nowadays.
That's true. But, he came along when you still invented your own things and you came up with your own innovations like Don Garlitz and all those people. And then before you know it, you got teams of people coming up with ideas and manufacturing things and producing things that make horsepower and make speed and all that. It's not like a country boy farmer sitting out there figuring out how to tie that knot, in the hay baler,
Right.
But it still is what it is. But the guy turns 74 years old today.
Yeah.
And that's
pretty good run.
Pretty impressive right there,
No doubt about it, especially considering his profession. how many near-death experiences has he had?
He had a couple of whopper crashes, but come back every time. The good old American spirit, the can-do American spirit, But want to wish him a happy birthday today. I know he's listening.
Oh, yeah.
I know he's listening,
But the question is, could John Force and all those other guys you named, could they hang over on the Prescott Raceway? That's what I want to know.
Probably not.
You don't think so?
I don't think so.
Well, maybe if they worked a little harder at it.
I'm sure Jackie Lewis, I'm sure he'd let them pay to come on in.
If they'd come down, I bet we could work something out.
I'm sure we could. Big Daddy Don Garlitz was there in 1977. stayed at the it's another name now, Hope, but it was a Trade Winds Hotel then, right on the side of Interstate 30. I can't think of the name of it now, but a bunch of us went over there. Back then we raced on Sunday evening.
Right.
We went over there on Saturday. I've still got a double tip spark plug that he gave me, standing there in the parking lot. I've got pictures of he and I together, but Big Daddy was the deal, you know.
There you go.
But, John Forrest, happy birthday. I know he's listening. Come on down, John. We'll cook us a steak, have us a drink, and talk about the old times.
Absolutely. There you go. Hey, that's going to wrap up Remember When with Uncle John, but we sure do want to throw out a bunch of thanks to all of our sponsors, including our good friends over at the Shoppers Guide.
836-3022. Give JJ a call.
Also, Sherwin-Williams House Paint, 315 Jefferson Street. The ones you call for all your house painting needs, 836-8125.
And ProMed Ambulance, 1-800-634-0436. Give them a call and get signed up. See you tomorrow, Kelly.
You've been listening to Remember When with Uncle John on Y95. This broadcast can be heard each weekday morning at 6:45 on South Arkansas's favorite station, Y95.